What about you, buddy? Your piece of advice for business.
All right. So my best line of advice, and transparently, this is something that I have put a lot of intention to, but the first time I did this, it was luck. All right. So I've got to frame this one up correctly. The first time I did this, pure luck, but then in hindsight of seeing it, became the way I do business. So when I got into business, one of the things that enabled me to be successful was that I got on a big trend. I caught a wave. So Facebook ads was a new thing at the time. It had just come out. To this point, there was only really Google ads. Like that was pretty much the ad network on the internet. When Facebook ads came out, I was one of the early adopters. And because of that, I was positioned to ride that wave. So I never had any troubles in marketing or sales because there was so much demand for Facebook ads and I was one of the only suppliers. Do you know how easy it is to grow a business when there's very few suppliers and a high demand?
When you are the one in one and everybody needs that thing, dude, it is like a recipe for just printing money.
I will say there was a very humbling moment when I worked this out though, because I just thought I was good at business.
It's like, let's open a business card printing company. It's like, no.
Yeah, we'll come to that later, right? But you could see that I've gone, well, this business thing isn't that hard. Totally. It's like, but if I had started a business in a different industry, like let's say writing Yellow Pages ads, where that was in a decline, there's now less work to an industry that's already got infrastructure and people in place. So first, like I caught that wave, had a huge amount of success, confused it for skill. When I got into the next service I did, which was the VA company, so the BPO in the Philippines, where I was selling staff, where there was a lot of players already in the whole recruitment and staff space, I had a very humbling experience realizing that, oh, hang on, caught a wave.
Where's the wave? Where's the wave?
Yeah. So for anyone that's starting out in business today, or I know our audience is business owners themselves, so they're not starting out, but if you're in a business that's been a bit stagnant or you're in a business that's been in a decline of an industry, you have to change to catch a wave. Like catching the waves is the way to grow quickly. So, and the idea being that, I love this analogy, is like, I want you to imagine there's a strip set of shops, right? And there's already like 3 takeaway food shops there. If you're going to go in and open a 4th, you're just going to be competing with the other 3. Like it's going to be really, really difficult. But if you're like, well, there's 3 takeaway shops there, I'm going to be the only dine-in restaurant.
Yeah.
Now you're not competing with them in the same way. And for people that, if that's the trend people are getting into, is like they're not your competition anymore. Like you are the only option on that set of strip shops. So I think it's really powerful for people to re-engineer their business to be known as what is a blue ocean strategy.
Great book, by the way.
Fantastic book, which is where I figured out the idea of hang on, I was in a blue ocean when I started the first business, but then potentially just got into red ocean territory. But I think it's incredibly powerful. And it's easy to spot some of the big waves that are coming through now as well. Like it's not a secret, right? Where, people are moving to the regions. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
AI, digital services, there's all these things happening in vastly growing industries where it doesn't make sense to me to do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start a coal mining company today.
It's not, yeah. Power plants seem like a great thing to open, Charlie. Maybe we should buy power plants.
Well, can I go further than this?
Totally. Later
on in the journey, when I was actually starting the media company, what got me to start Valor Media and do podcasting specifically was Spotify spending $1 billion on acquisitions. I'm like, Spotify is spending $1 billion acquiring podcast talent and podcast-related products and services, which Joe Rogan was on that list.
Yep.
And then also Anchor was on that list. And there were some other things that invested in as well. I'm like, right, so there's a company that's spending $1 billion trying to make podcasting bigger. I can see Apple and Google and all that are in spending a ton of money in this space. This is a place to go. There's a ton of investment in making this industry bigger. This is going to be a wave.
I love this one because it removes so much resistance that people face typically in business, which is there is a commodity of services. How do I just deliver one of those commodities and just outmarket, outsell, which usually means that you end up dropping your prices, which means you drop your profit margin, which means you're not a one in one, you're a one in many. And that's usually how most people start their business. how many, I know so many people that have gone and opened like a fitness e-commerce store or like all these things. And I'm just like, you need that unique side of it. Where's that trend that you're trying to jump on? I'm like, I'm for it. Just find the one in one, whereas like no one else fishing.
Completely.
Hey, fellow business owner, if this topic and value-packed short video has resonated with you at all, and you want to dive deeper into creating wealth inside and outside your business, check out the full episode by clicking the link on your screen or in the description right now.